In the heart of the Pacific Ocean lies an archipelago that has intrigued the world for centuries, a place where ancient traditions and modern technology coexist in an intricate dance. Welcome to Japan, a land rich in culture, innovation, and mysteries that often remain hidden beneath its serene landscapes. Today, we're peeling back the layers to reveal the hidden history of Japan, a story both enigmatic and captivating. Imagine a time over 2 millennia ago, when the first whispers of what would become Japan began to rise from the mists of time. The Jomon period, dating back to 14,000 BC, marked the era of Japan's first inhabitants. These early settlers are renowned for their cord-marked pottery, some of the oldest in the world, which offers a glimpse into a society that thrived long before the rise of the Egyptian pyramids. Yet, despite their artistic prowess, the Jomon people remain shrouded in mystery, their origins and eventual fate still topics of intense debate among historians. Fast forward to the Yayoi period, around 300 BC, a time of profound transformation. This era introduced rice cultivation, metallurgy, and the foundations of what would become the Japanese way of life. The Yayoi people brought with them new agricultural techniques and social structures, shifting the cultural landscape and paving the way for the emergence of powerful clans. Among these was the Yamato clan, which would rise to prominence and lay the groundwork for Japan's imperial line, a lineage that claims to be the oldest hereditary monarchy in the world. The early centuries of Japan's history are marked by the influence of neighboring China and Korea. During the Asuka period in the 6th century, Buddhism made its first significant appearance on Japanese shores. Imported via Korea, Buddhism intertwined with the native Shinto beliefs, creating a unique spiritual tapestry that continues to shape Japanese culture today. The introduction of Buddhism was not merely a religious shift. It was a catalyst for change, heralding advances in art, architecture, and philosophy. Yet, it was the Heian period, spanning from 794 to 1185 AD, that truly defined classical Japan. This era saw the rise of a courtly culture centered in Kyoto, where the pursuit of beauty and refinement reached new heights. It was here that the world's first novel, The Tale of Genji, was penned by Murasaki Shikibu, an extraordinary woman whose literary genius captured the complexities of court life and the human condition in exquisite detail. The Heian court was a world of poetry, painting, and politics, where the delicate balance of power played out against a backdrop of cherry blossoms and moonlit gardens. But as the Heian period gave way to the Kamikaze Shogunate, a new force emerged that would reshape Japan's destiny: the samurai. These warriors, bound by a code of honor known as Bushido, became the de facto rulers of the land, wielding both the sword and political influence. The samurai era was one of conflict and consolidation, marked by epic battles and the rise of formidable leaders, like Minamoto no Yoritomo, who established the first shogunate government in 1192. Yet, amid the political upheaval, Japan faced an external threat that would test its resolve: the Mongol invasions of the late 13th century. Led by the formidable Kublai Khan, the Mongol Empire sought to conquer Japan, launching 2 massive invasions. However, both attempts were thwarted by fierce Japanese resistance and the timely intervention of Kamikaze, or divine winds. Typhoons that decimated the Mongol fleets and cemented the legend of Japan's divine protection. As we journey deeper into Japan's hidden history, we uncover tales of intrigue, resilience, and transformation. From the rise of the samurai to the spiritual harmonies of Shinto and Buddhism, each chapter reveals a nation shaped by both internal and external forces. But the story doesn't end here. As we move through the centuries, the intricate tapestry of Japan's past continues to unfold, revealing a land of contrasts and continuity. Join us in the next chapter as we delve into the tumultuous period of the Sengoku era, a time of warring states, where ambition and strategy rewrote the map of Japan. We'll explore how the unification under powerful warlords set the stage for an era of peace and prosperity under the Tokugawa Shogunate. But that is a story for another time, as the hidden history of Japan continues to captivate and surprise. As we delve further into Japan's hidden history, we find ourselves in the midst of the Sengoku period, a chaotic era spanning from the late 15th century to the early 17th century. Known as the Warring States period, it was an age where regional lords or daimyo vied for power through intrigue and warfare. They reshaped the political landscape of Japan with each bloody conflict. At the heart of this tumultuous time were three legendary figures whose ambitions and strategies ushered in a new era. Oda Nobunaga, the first of these unifiers, was a visionary warlord whose ruthless tactics and innovative use of firearms helped him conquer much of central Japan. Nobunaga's drive to obliterate the old feudal order and establish a centralized government set the stage for what was to come. Enter Toyotomi Hideyoshi, a man of humble origins who rose from a sandal-bearer to become Japan's supreme ruler. Known for his diplomatic acumen and strategic brilliance, Hideyoshi completed the unification of Japan that Nobunaga had begun. His reign was marked by expansive construction projects, including the rebuilding of Osaka Castle. He imposed social reforms that solidified the class structure of samurai, peasants, artisans, and merchants. However, Hideyoshi's ambitions extended beyond Japan's shores, leading to failed invasions of Korea. These invasions drained the nation's resources and left a legacy of tension with its neighbors. The final chapter in the unification saga was written by Tokugawa Ieyasu, a shrewd tactician. He emerged victorious at the Battle of Sekigahara in 1600, a decisive clash that determined the fate of Japan. With his triumph, Ieyasu established the Tokugawa Shogunate, a dynasty that would rule for over 250 years. Under Tokugawa rule, Japan entered the Edo period, a time of relative peace and stability known as the Great Peace. During the Edo period, Japan was characterized by its isolationist policies known as Sakoku. These policies restricted foreign trade and interaction to select ports and nations. This self-imposed seclusion fostered a unique cultural flowering. In cities like Edo, modern-day Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka, a vibrant urban culture thrived. The arts flourished with the development of ukiyo-e woodblock prints, kabuki theater, and haiku poetry. This was exemplified by the works of Matsuo Basho, whose evocative verses captured the beauty of the natural world. His poetry also captured the fleeting nature of life. Despite the serenity on the surface, the Tokugawa era was not without its challenges. The rigid class system imposed by the shogunate created social tensions. Peasants and merchants began to chafe under the weight of samurai dominance. Economic pressures and natural disasters further strained the social fabric, leading to periodic unrest and rebellion. Yet, the shogunate maintained its grip on power through a delicate balance of control and concession. The seeds of change, however, were quietly taking root. By the mid-19th century, Japan's isolation was challenged by Western powers eager to open new markets and establish trade. The arrival of Commodore Matthew Perry and his black ships in 1853 signaled the end of Japan's seclusion. Under pressure, the Tokugawa shogunate signed treaties that opened Japanese ports to foreign influence. This set off a cascade of events that would lead to the Meiji Restoration. As the Edo period drew to a close, Japan faced a crossroads. The Meiji Restoration of 1868 marked a dramatic shift in the nation's trajectory. The young emperor, Meiji, ascended to the throne, and with him came a wave of modernization and reform. This rapidly transformed Japan from a feudal society into an industrial power. The abolishment of the samurai class, the establishment of a conscripted military, and the adoption of Western technologies and institutions were hallmarks of this revolutionary era. Japan's transformation was breathtaking in its scope and speed, but it came with its own set of challenges and conflicts. The nation grappled with how to integrate Western ideas while preserving its cultural identity. This tension would continue to define its development. As Japan stepped onto the world stage, its ambitions would lead to both remarkable achievements and profound consequences. This is a narrative thread that we will continue to unravel in the next chapter. Stay with us as we explore Japan's rise as an imperial power, its role in global conflicts, and the post-war recovery that has shaped its modern identity. The hidden history of Japan is a story of resilience, reinvention, and enduring spirit. There is much more to uncover as we journey through the ages. As Japan embraced the Meiji era's sweeping changes, the nation transformed itself with astonishing speed. The new government, eager to catch up with the Western powers, launched a series of reforms. These reforms revolutionized every aspect of Japanese society. The feudal domains were abolished, and in their place, a centralized state emerged. This reformation was not just political, but also economic. Japan embarked on a path of industrialization that would soon position it as a formidable global power. The rapid modernization brought about profound changes in Japan's infrastructure. Railways crisscrossed the islands, telegraph lines connected distant regions, modern factories sprouted up, producing goods that would compete on the international market. The education system was overhauled to emphasize science and technology. This prepared a new generation of Japanese citizens to lead the country into the future. This era also saw the drafting of the Meiji Constitution in 1889. It established a constitutional monarchy with an elected parliament. However, the emperor retained significant power. The drive to modernize came with ambitions of expansion. Japan, once closed off from the world, now sought to assert itself as an imperial power. The Sino-Japanese War, 1894 to 1895, marked Japan's first major military victory. This allowed it to claim Taiwan as its first colony. This was followed by the Russo-Japanese War of 1904-1905. Japan decisively defeated a major European power. The victory cemented Japan's status as a formidable military force. It also fueled national pride and further imperial ambitions. As the 20th century progressed, Japan's expansionist policies grew more aggressive. This led to increased tensions with its neighbors and the West. The annexation of Korea in 1910 was a prelude to Japan's involvement in World War II. The attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 brought Japan into direct conflict with the United States. This decision would ultimately lead to catastrophic consequences. The devastation of Hiroshima and Nagasaki by atomic bombs in 1945 marked a turning point. The war ended with Japan's unconditional surrender. Japan was placed under Allied occupation. During this period, Japan underwent another profound transformation. The post-war reforms, led by General Douglas MacArthur, dismantled Japan's military capabilities. These reforms introduced democratic principles, including a new constitution. The constitution renounced war and enshrined human rights. These changes set the stage for Japan's remarkable post-war recovery. With assistance from the United States and a focus on innovation, Japan rose from the ashes. The Japanese economic miracle of the 1960s and 70s was characterized by rapid industrial growth. Japanese products flooded global markets. Companies such as Toyota, Sony, and Panasonic became synonymous with quality and innovation. Yet, despite its economic success, Japan continued to grapple with the complexities of its past. The social and cultural landscape evolved as traditional values intersected with modern realities. The post-war period saw the emergence of new cultural phenomena, from the global rise of anime and manga to the unique subcultures of Harajuku and Akihabara. These cultural exports became a soft power tool, spreading Japanese influence worldwide. In recent decades, Japan has faced new challenges, from economic stagnation and a declining population to environmental concerns and natural disasters. The resilience of the Japanese people has been tested repeatedly, as seen in their response to events such as the 2011 earthquake and tsunami. Yet, each challenge has been met with determination and innovation, hallmarks of a nation that continues to evolve. As we conclude our journey through Japan's hidden history, we see a nation defined by its ability to adapt and reinvent itself. From the ancient Jomon to the bustling streets of modern Tokyo, Japan's story is one of contrasts and continuity, a testament to the enduring spirit of its people. Japan's hidden history invites us to look beyond the surface and appreciate the rich tapestry of its past.